The sun had barely risen over the busy construction site in Nairobi when Grace stepped through the gate. She wore dusty boots, a reflective jacket, and carried her yellow helmet under her arm. The workers stopped and stared at her. Some laughed quietly, others mocked her openly. "Construction work is for men," one worker said. "She should be home taking care of children," another laughed. But Grace said nothing. She simply smiled, opened her notebook, and continued walking. Every day was the same. The men underestimated her. They laughed when she inspected the site. They ignored her suggestions during meetings. Even some junior engineers believed she did not belong there. But Grace never argued. Deep inside, she believed in herself. She knew something they did not know. True knowledge does not need to shout. While others joked during tea breaks, Grace studied structural drawings. While others rushed the work, she checked every measurement carefully. Day after day, she learned everything about concrete, reinforcement, slabs, and structural behavior. Most people thought she was weak because she was quiet, but silence is not weakness. Sometimes, the quietest person in the room is the smartest. Months later, the company began building a 6-story commercial building. It was the biggest project the company had ever handled. Everyone wanted the project to succeed, but one morning, disaster struck. Cracks began appearing on the walls. Then the concrete slabs started cracking too. Fear spread across the construction site. Workers whispered nervously, "What if the building collapses?" Senior engineers were called urgently. They inspected the structure for days. Some blamed the cement, others blamed the steel. Meetings became arguments. Stress filled the entire site office. But no one could find the real problem. And slowly, the cracks continued spreading. Late one evening, after everyone had left, Grace walked alone through the unfinished building. She carried a flashlight in one hand and structural drawings in the other. She inspected every cracked wall, every slab, every beam. Then suddenly, she noticed something everyone else had missed. The concrete curing process had been rushed during extreme heat. Moisture evaporated too quickly, weakening the slabs. But that was not all. Some reinforcement bars had also been placed incorrectly, causing uneven load distribution. Grace spent the entire night calculating solutions. The next morning, she entered the meeting room where frustrated engineers sat arguing. The room became silent. Calmly, Grace placed her notes on the table. Then she explained everything: the real cause of the cracks, the weak structural points, the repair strategy needed to save the building. Some engineers doubted her, but the company director allowed her solution to be tested. Days later, something incredible happened. The cracks stopped spreading. The weakened slabs stabilized. The structure became safe again. Everyone was shocked. The same people who once mocked Grace now looked at her with respect. One worker whispered quietly, "She knew the answer the whole time." 1 week later, all workers gathered at the construction site for an important meeting. The company director stood proudly in front of everyone. Then he spoke. "Today, we recognize the person who saved this entire project." Everyone already knew who he meant. Grace. From today, you are promoted to senior project manager. The workers erupted into applause. Some of the same men who once mocked her now clapped the loudest. Then the director handed Grace another file. "Our company has secured a new multi-million project in Mombasa, and Grace will lead the entire project herself." The entire site fell silent. Tears filled Grace's eyes, not because of revenge, but because she had finally proven something important. Never judge a book by its cover. Strength is not always loud. Intelligence does not need attention. And sometimes, the person everyone doubts becomes the one who changes everything.